Hello students, welcome to the video lecture series on electrical installation, maintenance and testing for T electrical. We will see the unit number 2. Name of the unit is substation and earthing. In this unit, important points are: what is substation, definition of substation, classification of substation, various equipment used in the substation with their specification, busbar arrangement in the substation, simple arrangement like single bus bar, sectionalized bus bar, main and transfer bus bar system with relevant diagrams. So this is the part A. In the part B, there is a term related to the earthings. We will start with the content. Now, many of you have seen this type of structure near to your town. So whenever we are entering to our town or whenever we are leaving to town, from town, we can see this type of structure. This is nothing but the substation. Schematic power system diagram. Before the definition of substation, we have to understand why there is a need or why there is a importance of substation. We know that the generating station produces the amount of voltage at 11 kilovolt. So we are using the AC generators which produces the amount of voltage of 11 kilovolt. This 11 kilovolt is transmitted via power transmission line, overhead power transmission line with the help of the conductors. This 11 kilovolt is stepped up with the help of step up transformer and it is going to step into 132 kilovolt. So this is the symbol of transformer. After this 132 kilovolt is transmitted via transmission line and that is called as a primary transmission. This 132 kilovolt is again converted into 33 kilovolt with the help of step down transformer and this 33 kilovolt is then received at receiving station. We can use this 33 kilovolt for specific application. After this 33 kilovolt is again transmitted via transmission line, is fed to the transformer. This transformer make the step down into 11 kilovolt. This 11 kilovolt is again transmitted via transmission line and this is called as a primary distribution. Now this 11 kilovolt is again converted into 400 volt with the help of distribution transformer and this 400 volt we can use inside the house, inside the industry, inside the workshops. So these are the consumers or you can say the load centers. The flow of power from generating station to the consumer requires different levels. So it is nothing but primary transmission, secondary transmission, primary distribution, secondary distribution. We have to use the step up, might be step down for some cases, and these use of step up and step down for a region that is called as a substation. Might be have seen this order of equipments which are connected inside the substation. So first we are using a transformer. After this we are using a oil circuit breaker. It is connected to the isolating switch. After this there is a bus bar. After again we are using the isolating switch. This isolating switch is connected to the again oil circuit breaker. Again it is connected to the isolating switch and our transmission line. This is the schematic diagram of equipments connected in a particular order. Same diagram can be represented with the help of single line diagram. So all the equipments are in a single line, hence it is called as a single line diagram. So this is a symbol of transformer, oil circuit breaker, isolating switch, bus bar, isolating switch, oil circuit breaker, isolating switch, and this is my transmission line. The definition of substation is, it is an assembly of apparatus. So these are the different apparatus we are using, which transfer the characteristic of electrical energy from one to another. For example, from alternating quantity to direct current or direct quantity, or from one to another. Why we need the substation? For economical transfer of electrical energy or to meet various demand of the load, we require the substation. So the picture we have seen earlier, in that the 11 kilovolt is, we cannot use this 11 kilovolt inside the household appliances or inside the industry appliances. Hence, we have to use the different substations or different levels of substations, and that is a need of substation. Now, we will discuss the classification of substation. According to the nature of duties, the substations are classified as step-up or primary substation. It means that we are using a step-up transformer inside this. Such a substation are usually associated with generating stations. Generated voltage, which is usually low 3.3, 6.6, 11 or 33 kilovolt, is stepped up to primary transmission voltage, so that the huge blocks of power can be transmitted over long distances to the load centers economically. This is called as a step-up transformer or step-up substation. There is a step-down substation also, or it is also called as a distribution substation. Such a substation are located at the load center. So near to the load centers, we are using these substations, where the sub-transmission primary distribution voltage is stepped down to a secondary distribution voltage 415 or 240 volt. These are the substations which feed the consumers through distribution network or service lines. We will discuss the distribution network service lines in detail. The second classification is according to the service requirement. The first sub-classification is transformer substation. The main use of transformer is nothing but, that is the term called as a transformer substation. Those substation which change the voltage level of electric supply are called as a transformer substation. These substations receive the power at some voltage and deliver it at some other voltage. Obviously, transformer will be the main component. Most of the substations in the power system are of this type. So the earlier which we have seen step up or step down is the same category from transformer substation. The B subtype is switching substation. The name indicated itself. Switching means it is only for the purpose of making on or making off particular transmission line. These substations do not change the voltage level. That is, incoming and outgoing lines have the same voltage. However, they simply perform the switching operations of the power lines. The third sub-classification is power factor correction substation. We know that we are using the power system. So this power system has to operate on unity power factor. So we have to improve or we have to correct the power factor whenever it is going to make the lag. Hence, there are the substations called as a power factor correction substations. Those substations which improve the power factor of the system are called the power factor correction substations. Such substations are generally located at the receiving end of the transmission lines. These substations generally use the synchronous condenser at the power factor improvement as equipment. The next D subtype which we are using is a frequency changer substation. Those substations which change the supply frequency are known as frequency changer substations. Such a frequency change may be required for industrial utilization only. You have to keep in mind, in our house, in the residential appliances, we are not using any equipment which needs the fundamental frequency other than. So all the equipments in our house, in our residential place works on a standard power frequency or the fundamental frequency, that is 50 Hz. The E subtype is the converting substations. We know that we can use or we can require sometimes DC. So these plays an important role. Such substations are meant for either converting AC to DC or vice versa, that is DC to AC. The next subtype is a industrial substation. Those substations which supply the power to individual electrical industrial concerns are known as industrial substation. Might be you have visited the industry or the company. In the premises of the industry or the company, they have their own setup, conversion of electrical energy from high voltage to low voltage. So that is called as a industrial substations. The next type is classification of substation on the basis of operating voltage. The voltage which we are using for particular substation, that is the name called as a high voltage, extra high voltage and ultra high voltage substations. So the high voltage substations using the voltages between the 11 kilovolt and 66 kilovolt. Second subtype is extra high voltage substations. This substation uses the voltage range 132 kilovolt to 400 kilovolt. The third is nothing but the ultra high voltage. The stations or the substations which uses the voltage range above 400 kilovolt are called as a ultra high voltage substations. The fourth classification is on the basis of importance. So we can use the grid substation or we can use the town substation. What is the grid substation? These are the substations from where bulk power is transmitted from one point to another point in the grid. What is grid? In the India, we have divided this grid in 5 regions. So you can consider one particular region as one particular grid, namely north grid, north region, south grid, south region, east grid, east region, west grid, west region, and there is a fifth region that is called as a northeast region or northeast grid. All these grids are connected to each other with the help of transmission line. This is the very important substation. These are the important because any disturbance in these substations may cause the failure of the grid. The B subtype, which we are under the category of basis of importance, is a town substation. So the picture which we have seen earlier, the first picture, is of a town substation. These substations step down the voltage at 33 to 11 kilovolt for further distribution to towns, and any failure in such substation results in the failure of supply for the whole of the town. Fifth category is according to the constructional feature or design. We know that we are using the circuit breakers, switches, fuses, instruments. So whenever we have to use these equipment, the proper care should be taken to ensure the continuously and reliable service. So according to the constructional feature, the substations are classified as indoor substation. It means that whenever we are using all these equipments under one structure, that is called an indoor substation. For voltages up to 11 kilovolt, the equipments of the substation is installed indoor because of economic consideration. However, when the atmosphere is polluted with the impurities, these substations can be rated for voltages up to 66 kilovolt. Second subcategory is outdoor substation. So beyond 66 kilovolt, the equipment is invariably installed outdoor. Why? Because of such a high voltage range, The clearance between the conductors and the space required for the switches, circuit breakers and other equipments becomes so great that it is not economical to install the equipment indoor. So that is called as an outdoor substation. These outdoor substations are again subcategorized as pole mounted substation. This is an outdoor substation with the equipment installed overhead on H-pole or 4-pole structure. Might be at the end of your colony or at the starting of your colony, this H-pole, the H alphabet like structure, and on that H structure or 4-pole structure, the distribution transformer is mounted. It is the cheapest form of the substation for voltages not exceeding the 11 kilovolt. The main purpose of this pole mounted substation is to convert 11 kilovolt to 400 volt. And also we can tap the 230 volt from this point. And we are using in our house this 230 volt voltage level. Electric power is almost distributed in localities through such substations. The second subtype is foundation mounted substation. For transformers of a capacity above 250 kVA, the transformers are too heavy for pole mounting. Such substations are usually for voltages of 33,000 volts and above. So we require the foundation, and on that foundation we are going to mount the transformer beyond 250 kVA. Third subtype is underground substations. In a thickly populated areas, the space available for the equipment and building is limited, and the cost of the land is very high. Under such situations, the substation is created underground. So this is all related to the classification of substation. I hope you understood the concept of definition of substation, importance of substation, and classification of substation. Question will be surely asked for 6 to 7 marks. Explain or enlist the types of substation along with the definitions or the equipments. Thank you. God bless you all.